Heathrow Airport had to be closed down this afternoon after an Ethiopian Airlines Dreamliner jet caught fire on the runway. No one was on board at the time, but it is another headache for Boeing, which had to temporarily withdraw the Dreamliner from service